channel. My name is Shelby. If you're new here, please subscribe, press the like button, and then let's get started on today's video. Today's video is kind of a spin-off of last week's video. I had a lot of questions and a lot of things that people wanted me to go into more detail about, but today's video is going to be about the IEP plan and the 504. To us, we got the individual education plan for our daughter. This plan changes a lot from what I can tell. It changes year to year, it seems like. I do have a notebook down here, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at a notebook to make sure that I'm covering everything that I want to cover for today's topic. So the first thing I want to cover is that an IEP is an individual education plan. So it's individualized for your child or for you. My daughter started kindergarten this year, so we had our meeting over Zoom for her plan. Then but before that, so backing up, I think it was 54 school days before we went through her Zoom meeting. We had a meeting where they evaluated her, and during this meeting I pretty much sat in the room and they took all of these kids out, including my daughter, and found out her quote-unquote issues, her speech delays, all of her sensory issues, all of the things that she was not meeting what they wanted her to meet at. So 54 school days after that, we had a meeting online over Zoom about the plan that we were going to take. For my daughter's plan, it is a very simple plan. She will have someone go into the classroom with her for 30 minutes every 2 to 3 days, just to see where she's doing, see how she's acting, to help individualized on the worksheets and on her computer. Her plan is super simple. She also gets pulled out for speech once a week. I've already noticed, we are just ending the first quarter, and I've already noticed a huge amount of difference in the way my daughter is talking, the way my daughter is learning her alphabet, the way my daughter is writing. I've learned that an IEP is not as bad as I thought it was. All through high school, I remember people getting made fun of for these things. Do not make fun of a child because they have an IEP. It is a plan to help them learn better. Nobody learns the same way. I promise you that. The next thing I want to go over is there will be an IEP draft. This is what they will send you before the meeting, and a lot of the times you can read over them. I read over my daughter's probably 20-30 times. I also sent it to my aunt, who had read over it and had helped me understand it a lot. It is a lot of information to take on at once. I had felt overwhelmed when I had looked at it. I had felt honestly like a failure as a mom because I didn't understand any of what was on that paperwork. It was really a lot of information, and honestly a lot of garbage information. So my aunt had narrowed it down for me and had pinpointed all of the information that I really needed at that time. The next thing that I want to state is that every state is different. We are in Indiana, so we had a 45-day wait time in between the evaluation and her IEP plan. And during those times, I was stressed. I was so stressed. I'm pretty sure I called my stepmom, my aunt, anybody that would listen, because I did not understand that it had to be 45 days. Why? What if I wanted to change it? What if I wanted to modify it? They will do those things for you. Do not hesitate to ask for what you want on the IEP. Those meetings are for you to vocalize what you think is best for your child, but also what they think is best for your child. They do not know your child as well as you do. Remember, you are the one spending almost every second of every day with them before kindergarten starts. So if your kid, like mine, is starting in kindergarten with an IEP, you know your kid better. I did not change anything on her IEP. I was very happy with what her IEP had looked like, but you are more than welcome to say what you want to change on the IEP, and they will take that into consideration. I don't know if they always change them, but they're supposed to take it into consideration because you are the parent. The next thing I want to talk about is asking for the evaluation and how your child acts without you there. Personally, for me, I believe my child acts a lot better when I'm not around. She listens better, she behaves better, she also will ask more questions if I'm not around. If I'm around, I've realized that she depends on me a lot to ask those questions and to wonder what's going on. So when I'm not around, she asks those questions, she's more independent. The next thing I want to talk about is what an IEP plan usually goes for. There usually are my daughter's was cut down into 2 different parts. So she had a speech goal where they wanted her to be during the end of the first quarter. I have a parent-teacher conference the day after you're seeing this. So that will probably be next week's meeting, just to see next week's video, just to see where she's standing. If you guys have any questions, I don't know if I really want to record that. It depends personally for me on how that goes. The next thing is the goals. So her speech goals were where they wanted her to be, how they wanted her to talk, how fluent they wanted her. And then her other goals were socialization skills, seeing how well she asks questions, and seeing how fast she can pick up the pencil the right way, zipper her zipper, tie her shoes, stuff like that. Most of those goals have already been met, honestly, with Indy. She's been so great about those goals. The next thing I want to talk about is, this is just my experiences. Hopefully this is not a forever thing. We did our IEP plan over Zoom. I'm going to be honest, I hated it. I need to be in a room with you. I need to feel how you're feeling about my kid. I need to see, as weird as it's going to sound, I need to see your vibe. I need to know that you are vibing with me the way I want you to vibe with me, because you are going to be around my child. And I think that if your vibe is weird, then I'm going to worry about my child with you. So this will be my first time meeting the resource teachers that she's really working with, which really makes me sad and mad and angry and a whole bunch of emotions, because I am very protective over my child. I want to know who she's with, how they are. I'm that mom that creeped on her teacher before the school year started. Like, Facebook creeped. I found out all of who she was married to, creeped on him. So if you're a teacher and you have a Facebook, put it on private, because I'll creep. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. The next thing I want to talk about was who was on this IEP Zoom call. So we had my daughter's principal, her teacher, we had the people who had evaluated her for the school, and then we had the resource teachers from her school that she will be meeting with. During the Zoom call, we were all supposed to be muted except for the person who was talking. Most of the talking came from her evaluation, people who had evaluated her and what they saw, and then a lot of it just was kind of me being like, oh, that sounds great, because I really liked the plan that they had for my child, so I did not change anything. But not all IEP plans and courses and Zoom calls go this easy. From what I understand, a lot of them are hard and tough and difficult, but mine in this experience was very easy. I cannot promise that for years to come. I can't even promise that for tomorrow, to be honest. The next thing I wanted to talk about was mostly of how I was feeling during this whole process. This whole process was so hard. One of the hardest things that I think we have done so far, and I know that it'll only get easier because I'm going to understand the processes more. Waiting for her IEP plan to come out for 45 days was the hardest thing for me. I wanted it now. I wanted to know about it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to acknowledge it. I wanted to know what I could do at home to help. The next thing that was super hard for me with the IEPs was the fact of I felt like I didn't have a say when we were over Zoom. I felt like they just wanted me to agree a lot of the time. As much as I had liked her plan, do not get me wrong, I thought that they had planned a very good IEP for her. But I also felt like they just wanted me to say yes to get the call over with, which I did not like, which is why I really think that in-person IEPs are so much better. I believe that's all I wanted to cover today for the IEP meetings. Next week, I'm still deciding if I wanted to cover what the resource teachers had said, because I feel like that might be really, really personal. Again, this is not what I wanted my channel to be, so I do plan on going back to hauls and lifestyle videos, maybe some vlogs here and there. Honestly, this channel is just for me, not to be bored. I have 2 kids. I have a little boy and a little girl. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I get bored throughout the day when my son's at school, and this is what this channel is for. Again, my name is Shelby. I hope you subscribe down below and press the like button, and I hope to see you in the next video.